What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Fearless Nick YouTube channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over my Week 2 2022 AFL semi-finals tips and predictions. And obviously, as well as that, like we do every week on the channel with the tipping videos, we're going to be reviewing the previous round, which was obviously Week 1, and seeing how I went. If you guys go on to enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, this will be a much shorter video than the normal 19 or so minutes that I normally do, but considering there's only 2 games. But hopefully you still enjoy the video. Make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe if you are new. It would mean the absolute world. But anyways, without further ado, let's get stuck into it. So just before we get into the Week 2 tips for this round, I'm going to be going quickly back over the games from last week. It's fair to say Week 1 of the finals was no disappointment. It was sensational footy. Most of the games, when pretty much all the games were close. But anyways, we'll go quickly back over the games from last week. And it's fair to say the games this week absolutely lived up to the hype. There was no hiding away from it. It started off with the first game on the Thursday night, and unfortunately, for my sake, it was Brisbane who got the job done over Richmond by 2 points at the Gabba. Look, I'm not going to really give my thoughts on the Tom Lynch one. Was it a goal? Was it, was it a point? Was it a so-called goal? Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on that decision. I'm not really going to give my thoughts. I just want to see your thoughts in the comments. But overall, it was just a really great game of footy. I think it was like a goal a minute. Like every time one team would get a goal, let's just say Richmond got a goal, the Lions would get one straight back in like a minute. It was just great footy. It was a great way to kick off the final series with such an even and close game. And but yeah, it was Brisbane who ended up getting the job done by 2 points over Richmond in the end. And that means they go on to advance into the semi-final. Next game, which was on the Friday night at the MCG, it was the D's and the Swans. And I'd arguably say this was the most surprising result of the entire Week 1 final series. I was pretty confident the D's would come out and play their best footy and just get on top of the Swans. But no, the Swans were clinical, especially after half-time. They were awesome, the Swans, on Friday night. It was sizzling footy, you might say, from the Swans, because they were just awesome. Every time, Melbourne would go forward, the Swans' defence, everyone's talking about that, the Charlie Spargo, the smother at the end. I think it was Rampy or someone, saving a certain goal. I think you all know what I'm talking about there, that moment there. But no, really good win by the Swans. Very, very impressive. They've beaten the D's not once, but twice now at the MCG. So that's going to give them great confidence if they do happen to, go through and make the grand final. The next game on the Saturday Arvo, or Saturday evening, it was like the 4:35 time slot. We had probably the best match of them all, honestly, between Geelong and Collingwood. Geelong ended up getting up by a goal in this game. It was a really seesawing contest again. The Pies obviously got out to a really hot start at the start there. I think they kicked the first 3 or something goals. But in the end, it was Geelong who got up by a goal. Jeremy Cameron was sensational for Geelong. Gary Rowan played probably his best finals game I've seen, and probably most Geelong fans have seen Gary Rowan. He was just awesome. And the Cats, they move on to a prelim final. Now a home prelim final, and they have officially broken the qualifying final curse. The final game of the round, which was at Optus Stadium on the Saturday evening, it was between Freo and the Western Bulldogs, where the Dockers ended up getting up by 13 points, winning their first final since 2015. The Dockers came back from 41 points down to win by 13 points. It was one of the biggest turnarounds I've seen in a fair while, it's fair to say. But it was a great win for Freo. Unfortunately, the Dogs' season comes to an end, but the Dockers end up qualifying to a semi-final against Collingwood. That's going to be an absolute ripper game at the MCG. So overall, for Week 1, I ended up tipping Richmond, got that incorrect. I tipped Melbourne, got that incorrect. But then I tipped Geelong, got that correct. tipped Freo, got that correct. So I ended up getting a score of 2 out of 4 for week 1. Yeah, honestly, it's a bit of an average score. I think a lot of people probably would have got 2 out of 4. Some people I saw got 3 out of 4, so props to those guys. I don't think many people would have got 4 out of 4. If you got 4 out of 4, let me know in the comments, because yeah, you are a genius if you got 4 out of 4. Alright, so obviously for week 2, we only have the 2 games, so I'll try and make this video go for a little bit longer, but we'll just see how we go. The first game on the Friday night at the MCG is between Melbourne and Brisbane. Now, it's fair to say the D's were ultimately outclassed last week against a really good Sydney outfit, it must be said. I've mentioned it just before, but the Swans were absolutely fantastic on Friday night against the D's. I don't think the D's played horribly, but I think they're probably going to have to play better than that if they are to go make a grand final and win a flag this year. Whereas the Lions, they're going to be full of confidence coming into this game, obviously knocking off the Tigers last week. Controversially, maybe, I'm not going to talk much more about it, but nonetheless, they did get the job done. See, the last time these two played, which was only a couple weeks ago in round 23, the D's absolutely destroyed them. It was meant to be a ripper. A lot of people were saying it could be one of the games of the year. It wasn't to be. The D's absolutely thumped Brisbane. I think it was around 50 points, maybe even close to 60. Yeah, it was just an absolute smashing last time these two played, and I really hope that doesn't happen again. I hope it's closer, which I think it will be closer than last time. I feel like this probably will be the least entertaining game out of the two, because I feel like this might not be a very good game. I think it might be one of the worst games we get this final series. Not saying it's going to be smashing or anything. I'm going to say maybe, the skills might not be as great, and the scoring might not be as much. But I feel like the D's, I just backed the D's in to get this one. I did tip the D's for the flag in my finals predictions. I don't think they will win the flag this year, the D's. I take that back. I don't think they're going to win the flag this year. But I feel like they're too good of a side to go out in straight sets. I just can't see it happening. So I think I'm going to back the D's in to win this one, and I'm going to tip the D's to win this one in a bit of a up and down game. But I think in the end, I think the D's should be getting the job done, and I'm going to tip the D's to win this one by 22 points. And the second game and the final game of week 2. Of the final series, it's definitely probably the better of the two games. It's fair to say. We've got Collingwood and Fremantle at the MCG as well. Now, obviously, the Pies finally got a taste of their own medicine, losing by only a goal to Geelong on Saturday. Whereas Fremantle, they had a confidence booster. You'd probably say they were exposed badly in that first quarter. I don't know whether it was because of nerves. It was their first final in 7 years. They maybe felt a bit nervous coming in. The Pies, they're a bit of an interesting one, Collingwood. I feel like their best footy could maybe contend for a grand final. And I think, the same applies with Collingwood. I don't see Collingwood going out in straight sets either, because they've just come too far. They've made top 4. They can't go out in straight sets. Oh, wow, this is going to be such a tough game to pick. It's going to be an absolute ripper. Like I said, it's probably going to be the better of the two matches on the weekend. Freo will obviously want revenge for 2 reasons. One, because they got belted by Collingwood earlier in the year in Perth. But number 2, they want to get their revenge on Collingwood because we all know Collingwood kicked Freo out of the top 4. I think Freo's defence can hold strong and can hold firm against Collingwood's forward line. I'm not saying that disrespectfully. I think Collingwood have a great forward line when it works, when it all clicks together. But I feel like Fremantle might be able to get a hold of them defensively. It could be a little bit of an upset, but we've got to make this video interesting. I see I can definitely see Collingwood winning this game. In fact, my head probably thinks Collingwood will win this game. But to make this video interesting, I'm going to go Freo to win this game by 8 points. Freo by 8 points. I don't know, I just see a little bit of an upset on the cards. I feel like the Dockers, if they bring that pressure that they did for about 2.5 quarters against the Bulldogs for 4 quarters, they're definitely a chance. And if their defence holds strong, like it normally does, they could be on Freo. I think a lot of people are expecting Collingwood for this to be a walkover. I don't see any reason why this would be a walkover, because I feel like Freo have been very, very good at the MCG this year. Yeah, it could be an upset. I think it's definitely an upset. There's no could be about it. This is definitely an upset. But I'm going to go Freo by 8 points to get over Collingwood and advance to a prelim final. So there we go, guys. Those were my semi-final tips for 2022. Just so quickly going back over them. I tipped Melbourne by 22 points over the Lions at the MCG on Friday night. And for the Saturday game, which will probably be the better of the two, like I've said, Collingwood and Freo, I tipped Freo in an upset by 8 points. I feel like that's going to be an absolute ripper, though. I can't wait to watch that one on Saturday. But yeah, comment down below your tips as always. Comment down below how many games out of 4 did you get. Like I said, I got 2. Comment below if you got the same score or better. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Sorry if it's a shorter video than normal. Obviously, you know, it's the 2 games. Anyways, hope you still enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, or if you're new to the channel. Yeah, I've got plenty of stuff planned for the off season. So, yeah, the off season, I'm going to be pumping out videos as well, and over the holidays as well. So stay tuned for that. So thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Cheers!